WWE signing an NFL star. Tony Khan's got an announcement for November, and we're going to talk a little bit about Sky Blue. It's all coming up right here on The Ango Show. Welcome back to TAS, ladies and gentlemen. Let's kick things off with Sky Blue. We thought she would be coming back soon, but it appears that's not actually the case. Sky Blue was sidelined with an ankle injury earlier this year. The outlook on her injury isn't as immediately optimistic, as we're told she has a while before she's set to return. She has been doing signings as of late. However, she is expected to remain out of action. This is coming from Fightful Select. This obviously sucks for AEW. Sky Blue is a rising star for AEW. Sky Blue is somebody who is capturing a lot of fans' attention. A lot of people are very excited about her work. A lot of people are excited about where she fits in the women's division for AEW. But quite frankly, this is a situation where AEW needs to continue to put fresh faces on TV when some of their stars are missing on TV. And I feel like AEW's women's division has improved tremendously, but there is still so much that could be done on Dynamite. Just this past week, across all three shows, there was only like 10 minutes of women's action, which is just not good. That's not good. That's not good enough for AEW. Mercedes is bragging about this women's revolution that they're changing the game in AEW. Unfortunately, that doesn't really appear to be the case. It's not. It really isn't. And the thing is, Sky Blue is a great talent, and she's missing TV. That's okay. She's got to get better. She's got to get healthy. When she's missing, why not use some TV time for other women to get a chance to get over with the crowd? And I think that's one of my biggest issues with AEW is talent utilization. If you look at it from a different perspective than myself, then please let me know in the comments. But talent utilization is everything. And with AEW, it's very clear. There's a lot of injuries. And when people get injured, you want to have an opportunity for somebody else to step up. Same thing right now with Willow Nightingale. She's got the concussion. Her creative plans were also delayed. So that is something that you guys need to keep in mind. AEW needs to get better at that, just because I think it's so important. And also look at it from, the men's division. If their top star is missing, then you have somebody else ready to assume that role. I don't think that's really been the case in the women's division, and I think it's a really good women's division where more people should be utilized. I think if people disagree with that, I really just think you're nitpicking, because all I'm really calling for is more talent who are really good to be used more. That's simply all I'm asking for. I'm not asking about big storylines or anything. I'm just simply saying that there's an opportunity for people to be utilized, and the fact that they're not being utilized is an issue. And it's not fair for me to call it out when the men's division has this issue and then not, call it out when the women's division has the issue as well. Tony Khan has made an announcement for the month of November. They are spending money. That's right. He came out and said, thanks to Guns N' Roses, AEW has secured a license to use November Rain in our videos promoting AEW Full Gear, plus this AEW November to Remember. Expect AEW November Rain by this weekend, plus again next Wednesday before the pay-per-view. Tony Khan is always spending money on big songs, and a lot of people typically don't like when Tony Khan does this, but I actually am all for it. I think this is one thing that WWE is really weak with. WWE should license more music. AEW, they have a really good production aspect of things when it comes to music. I think Mikey Ruckus is great, but when you're promoting shows and pay-per-views and stuff, I think it's really good to have big theme songs. Now, this one is a little controversial because a lot of people think that Tony Khan is being unoriginal here because of ECW, but I think Guns N' Roses and AEW, I think this is great. And first of all, let me just say this. Tony Khan got that new TV deal, and that new TV deal pays a lot of money. Tony Khan financially is fine. And that new TV deal makes it so much easier for things like this to be done. So I really can't find a negative with it. And I guess the reason why I'm even laughing about this in the first place is because I do think a lot of people are genuinely just looking for every reason to hate AEW. But this is one of those things where it's cool. Like, you got the money, you can do it. You got the new TV deal. It doesn't sound like financially AEW's in trouble. Tony Khan's a billionaire. And licensed theme music is great. And I think for AEW, having licensed theme music, if somebody's flipping channels and they hear it, it might prompt them to just stop for a second and see what's going on. And maybe you're not a professional wrestling fan, but you hear Guns N' Roses and you see this. It might be worth actually tuning into. And you never know. You might actually get a new fan out of it. So there's a lot of benefits to it. Now, what's the cost and return on something like this? Well, we don't really know, but I think it's still a pretty cool thing. And I actually would love to see WWE do it more often. We see WWE do it with pay-per-views, but they're promoting the entire month of November. They're calling it November to Remember. This is what they're trying to do. And I think it's a good marketing tactic. I think AEW has an issue with marketing. This is a great marketing tactic. And also, I don't think it's a big deal financially because, like I said, they got that TV deal, and I'm not going to pocket watch AEW. I'm just simply not going to do that. This is one of those cool things that they're able to do. I wish their competitors would do the same. It makes them a little bit different. And as far as everybody calling AEW unoriginal due to ECW, I'm just simply going to say I don't really care. Pro wrestling is never really that original in 2024 anyways, so I'll just leave it at that. WWE is signing tons and tons of people under ID, but what about this former NFL player? Well, according to Bobby Schaus of the Dive Bar podcast, Trill Williams, former cornerback, had a successful tryout with the WWE, which led to a contract offer. The tryout took place during SummerSlam weekend, and apparently he really impressed WWE officials because they have revealed that former Dolphin Trill Williams has signed with the WWE and will pursue a career in WWE. Trill originally attended the tryout for the WWE over for the summer and has since began working with the company. Now, WWE's been going after Olympians, college athletes, and on top of that, they've been going after indie wrestlers. This is an NFL standout. This is somebody who was undrafted in the 2021 NFL draft. He signed with the New Orleans Saints. He got waived. Then he was picked up by the Dolphins. He played 5 games during the 2021 season, but unfortunately he tore an ACL, and that kept him on injury reserve, and basically he got waived by the Dolphins. So that was the end of his NFL career, and I have zero problem with that at all. I think it's cool to see WWE go after former athletes. NFL is a very, very risky business. Obviously, those injuries and stuff like that, you just simply can't escape them. And I just want to remind people, even if you can't make it in the NFL, there's always professional wrestling. It is not uncommon to see people make that transition. And I actually really want AEW to kind of do the same thing, because I think just simply going after indie wrestlers is not the end-all be-all solution. I don't think so. WWE has a plethora of different options, and they are maximizing every opportunity outside of every avenue, which I'm glad to see that WWE does that. I would love to see AEW do the same. But as far as that goes, it really just matters on, their philosophy, and I just think that's where AEW differs a little bit. Nonetheless, guys, that is it for today's video. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.